Hi there. Welcome to the Goal Getter Podcast. We are so glad that you are here. I'm Lindsay, the dreamer and visionary of the business.
And I'm Jordan, the brains of the business, meaning I do all the back end stuff or anything that Lindsay doesn't like doing.
We're a husband and wife duo who took a leap of faith several years ago to embark on this permanent makeup business journey together.
We both worked unsuccessful and unfulfilling jobs before, and now we've turned our business into a thriving six-figure business.
They say you're meant to lead those who were once in your shoes, so that's what we're doing, navigating kids, homeschooling, business, and life together.
But this podcast is about more than just business and permanent makeup. It's about personal growth. We're here to help you conquer your goals, both in your business and in life.
And remember, growth begins when you get outside of your comfort zone.
Does all that sound good? Awesome. Let's dive on in.
Well, I'm so excited to do this with you guys. Thank you so much for having Chandler and I on your live and now on our live.
No, that's awesome. It's so great to have you guys. It was so fun to meet you at the SPCP convention. I feel like I've been following you and watching you for years. And so it was so surreal getting to meet you and then getting to chat and just having all these things in common. It was just super fun.
For me, it was an instant connection with Lindsay and Jordan. You guys are seriously so adorable. I loved your presentation at the SPCP conference. I just instantly was like, oh my gosh, I so relate to the two of them. And so I think our conversation, everything was just it was just so natural. And I'm just really, really excited to do this with you. And this is Chandler's second or third time live on Instagram?
Yeah, third time. I'm anti-social media. You'll never find me anywhere. So
he has no.
I
Actually, you have Facebook from 10 years ago that he probably doesn't log into ever.
I've never logged into it.
So this is
I
a
love that.
super treat that he's actually here with me.
I know.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well,
You
thanks
guys,
for
I've heard all about you.
Oh, good. Good. I'm just trying to get my phone to set up here so I can look at you, but not be looking down the whole time.
So we can see the delayed version 3 seconds ago.
Yeah. Okay, so Leanne, do you want to start? So tonight, guys, we're going to just kind of be talking about, you guys are going to be talking about AI and how underutilized that is in the industry. Well, just as a whole in general. And then, and then how to use it and the best tips and tricks with that. And then we're going to talk about email marketing because that's something that I feel like we've really come to love. And so, I'm just really, really excited. So do you want to get started with AI?
Yeah, absolutely. So just to poll the audience, who already uses AI?
Yeah.
To help with your permanent makeup business, to kind of just make life a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Who here is already using AI? I want to know, just so I kind of know.
Throw a thumbs up.
Where to go on this. Yeah. Give us a thumbs up. I'm going to actually let Chandler start with this because he does. So just for those of you who don't know Chandler's my fiance. We've been working together for probably the last 8 years now. And Chandler is the behind the scenes guy who gets absolutely no credit for all the things that, I get credit for because I'm the face of the company. So, Chandler, actually, I don't think I could do what I do without him. He handles all the back end, does all the training, he sets up all the training. He's so involved with our students. I mean, I give him so much credit. And so he uses a lot of AI nowadays to run certain parts of our business. So maybe you can kind of start and talk a little bit about maybe things people are scared of when it comes to AI.
Yeah, so I'm kind of one of those doomsdayers that always thinks that things are going to come and take over the world and we're going to be left in dirt. And I kind of felt that way with AI in the beginning. And realistically, AI is just a tool like everything else. So there's tons of people that are using it to do corrupt things, but there's tons of good things that can come from it. And it's really just about how you're utilizing it. And as a community or as artists or as in any industry, actually, you shouldn't be afraid of AI coming in to take your job. You should be afraid of people that know how to use AI to take your job, because that's what's going to happen. AI is just a tool, and the people that know how to leverage it, the people that know how to use it effectively, they are going to be the ones that are going to be more marketable. They're going to be more efficient, and they're going to take those are the ones that are going to take your job. And just like anything, like you still have to put human input into all of it. And so that's kind of our view of AI at the moment. And I've slowly learned to embrace it for a lot of things. Big part of my job is video editing. I edit a lot of videos. We do online courses, so I edit all of that stuff. We have some YouTube videos, I edit all that stuff. And now there's text-based AI in Premiere Pro, which is the editing software I use, and it basically transcribes everything, and I can text how I want the videos edited. It took me about a day to figure it out, and during that whole day I wanted to shoot myself in the face going, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. And now I can edit, you know, an hour-long podcast that used to take me 2 or 3 hours to edit. I can edit it in like 15 minutes.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy. I mean,
That's amazing.
it's like the things that used to take us sometimes even like half a day or a
I
day
know.
to do, and we can literally do it in 5 minutes sometimes, which is incredible and so powerful. And I think as artists, a lot of times we're so busy, right? We're so busy focusing on the art. We're so busy, you know, just running our day-to-day business. And we forget, like, these tools are so important for us to learn, or have somebody on your team learn it, right? If it's not you, you've got to have another you or another somebody in the business who can really help learn those things. And that's so important to make life easier.
So we also use it for like content creation. We use it to build content calendars. I mean, for instance, we use ChatGPT a lot. That's one of the big ones that we use, especially for the PMU industry. You're not really using AI to create images or anything like that for the PMU industry, but to help you write content and come up with content ideas and content calendars, that's where AI is really kind of revolutionary for us. I mean, we can have ChatGPT create a content calendar for us in 30 seconds, maybe less. And, you know, where in the past it would take us 2 or 3 days to sit there and go, like, okay, what are 30 content ideas that we're going to do, you know? One of the important things I think that people need to realize with AI is you really still have to put a lot of your human element and input into it, and your company branding into it. You can't just say, hey, you know, ChatGPT, write me a script about the difference between microblading and powder brows, and then just take it and run with it. You still have to kind of fact check it. You still have to go in and put your branding in it, but it kind of gives you a basis. We actually kind of do the reverse. Typically, we like to put our own input into it. So what we'll do is, if we have like a script that we're writing, we'll write the script and then ask ChatGPT to improve it. And so they'll get rid of words that maybe we were using too repetitively. Like if we say excellent like 4 times in there, it'll change it to like excellent to some other, you know, comparable word, but it'll trick up scripts for us a little bit. So that's kind of our main use for it as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, I use it every day. I use it talking about email marketing. It helps you come up with headlines, catchphrases, hooks. You can, I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's kind of inspiring, honestly, because I feel like in the day-to-day when we're writing email marketing or we're coming up with text or copy or whatever, and we're like, oh, what should we say? I feel like we've said this 100 times over. And people have got to be sick of hearing this. And so it's nice to just plug in, like, you know, a couple of sentences, or even, like you said, just a phrase, or even like 5 or 6 words. And then just getting ideas from it, not copying it word for word necessarily, but just gaining inspiration from it has really been helpful for us. We use ChatGPT a lot as well. But Chandler, what program do you use for videos? Because what were we just messing with?
We use CapCut quite a bit, but
what was the other one? Video?
Oh, yes. So speaking of AI with it, I don't know if it was like a video, I think, not AI.
Like .io or something like that.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
essentially takes like long to create shorts,
Yep.
essentially.
Sometimes it works.
We have
Sometimes
messed with that, and it's actually pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So it's very similar to like Munch. So Munch does the same thing. Video.io does the same thing. So what it does is it takes your long form. So let's say you do YouTube and you do like a long video and you want to cut it up for short form video so you can use it on Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram. Well, it literally cuts the video up and takes all the golden nuggets in your video and creates a short video from it. And it'll create like 3 or 4 for you, and you can choose from the videos that you want.
And it will rate the video too, to where it like thinks is like the best information that you're giving in the video to like the least. And sometimes it's wrong, but it still cuts it up for you. I mean, it takes a lot of the guesswork and obviously the editing work. You guys probably do some editing too, and it's just like the most job ever. So it really helps with that.
Really quick, we have Thiago in the comments saying, ChatGPT, what is it? So explain.
I'm kind of lost. Okay, so
right here.
Those of you that don't know, I was reading the rest of it. So those of you who don't know what ChatGPT is a text-based AI. So think of it as a virtual assistant, and that's the best way to think of it. You're going to tell your virtual assistant to come up with ideas. And the more specific you are with the ideas that you give it, the better the outcome is. So you can easily just say, ChatGPT, create me a content calendar, and it's going to create you a content calendar. But if you say, hey, ChatGPT, I am a permanent makeup artist, and I'm looking to create an engaging campaign for my followers, teaching them about permanent makeup. Please come up with a 30-day calendar that blah, 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 blah. It's going to be very detailed in the way that it comes up with the calendar. It will give you ideas, scripts, video content, like it'll really detail it out for you. And that's kind of the gist of it. And you can create scripts, copy, emails. We did one where just messing around where it actually like almost directed an entire video for you. It was like, come into the video with this type of music and make sure you zoom in on the talent. Make sure the talent is smiling before they say their name. Hello, I'm Liam Ma. I mean, it's like, but again, like the more detail you give it, the better it works for you. And it's pretty incredible.
It gets very specific. And I find that with ChatGPT, you have to start getting really good with detailed prompts.
Yeah.
The more context that you give it, the better outcome you're going to get. Because it is kind of, it's taking all the information that's out there floating around on the internet.
Yeah.
And so it can take and grab all sorts of different information. And sometimes it gets jumbled all together. And there are certain things that doesn't make sense. But if you give it context and ask certain questions with more detail, you will get a way better response.
And again, you just have to treat it like a personal assistant. You have to put a little bit of effort into the detail. You can't just tell your secretary to go pick you up a cup of coffee and she comes back with a black cup of coffee and you were expecting caramel frappuccino, blah, 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 blah. You got to tell it exactly what you're looking for, and it will give you pretty doggone close to what you want.
That's amazing. So with Munch, is Munch free? Is that a monthly charge? Is that a yearly subscription? How does that work?
I think with Munch, I think they do charge for it. A lot of these AI tools, they will give you a free trial.
Yeah.
So I always go in, use the free trial, see if it's something that you're going to be utilizing a lot. I always even tell my students, don't pay for ChatGPT yet. It's $20 a month for the plus, but you really don't need it until you start utilizing it and you're finding a lot of value and you're using it every day. Then you can pay the subscription for it. Other than that, just use the free tools that are available out there first and make sure you get used to it, make sure you like it and that it's valuable and beneficial to your business, and then pay for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have like so many tools that you're paying for. It really does get overwhelming.
Yeah.
One of the things we actually did recently was we did a webinar. We did a free webinar. So those of you who are on this live who are watching, just DM me the word live, and what we'll do is we'll send you our free webinar, and it actually goes over how to use ChatGPT. We actually give you like a list of prompts that we use that we actually use
on a regular basis
all the time to create content. So, you know, if you need help with that, just DM me. I'm happy to send you the free webinar.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool to have someone who knows what they're doing, because some people don't even know what it is still. And we just really started diving in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, so many things now. I noticed like you open up like any app or anything, or even our like website hosting platform now. I like go on and it's like, oh hey, would you like to use like the AI assistant? And like it's just integrating with so many things now that it's like you don't even have to go to GPT anymore.
Yeah.
You can literally just like use whatever program you're in. It's like all just like fusing together basically.
Yeah.
A lot of the programs are using ChatGPT now. They're all integrating it. So that's pretty cool.
And really quick, Amped Allure, make sure you're DMing me the word live, because once this live is over, I don't think I'll be able to see the comments. So just so you know, DM me the word live after the live, and I'll send you that information. And then if you guys have any questions, please press the question mark on the bottom right. We'd love to answer questions. So we're happy to answer questions as we go along.
Yes. Okay, so kind of tying AI into email marketing. Like I was saying earlier, it's really helpful for email marketing, because with email marketing, you have to make it really relatable, really personable, and ChatGPT AI doesn't really tie emotion into those types of things that you're looking for as far as wording and copy. So it gives you really good inspiration, but it doesn't really make it super relatable to your customers. So if your clients or your students, whoever your audience is, you really have to make sure you're talking specifically to whoever you're talking to, and make sure that it really relates to them, because being relatable is what makes people connect with you. Gives people an emotional tie to you. And unfortunately, that is what AI is missing, but you can put the emotion and the connection into, you know, and use your own voice for that. It's just AI will do kind of the other hard part of the work, which is really awesome. So Jordan's going to kind of dive into leads and lead magnets and email marketing and all the really techie stuff that I don't really love, but I've got a lot of tips on how to create and kind of how to draw your audience in for that.
Yeah, so talking email marketing, I love it because it's like AI is like almost like the future in a lot of things, and like email marketing is almost kind of starting to become like old school. Like a lot of people are like, why would I want to choose email marketing? Like there's so many different ways I can like reach out to my clients via like social media or different things like that. So I love that. First of all, we're on the line and we're like talking about kind of like a more old school approach, and then this like new school approach.
Can I say something super quick about that? So like a year or two ago, and this is when email marketing and just email in general was so important to me. My Instagram got shut down for like a week. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
Yeah, we didn't know if we were getting it back.
We had no idea why. We didn't know. They didn't tell us why. There was no warning. It literally just got completely shut down. And I was thinking, I don't even know what to do at this point. Like my business is literally, it's like taken from me.
Yep.
And I spent years building my Instagram. And when that happened, I was like, I'm never letting that happen ever again.
Yep.
And that was when emails and collecting emails became even more important to me. And that's why I'm so excited that you're talking about this, because I think it's needed, and people don't think about it until social media gets taken from them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh crap, okay, I better open my audience, right?
Yeah. And that's why we love it. And if the people that we listen to on podcasts that we didn't know that we listened to, but the same people that we listen to talk about email marketing all the time. And they say that same thing. It's a borrowed platform. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those different platforms are borrowed. And they can shut it down just like that, and you can never get it back. And it's been happening to a lot of people. They're getting their accounts stolen, and they have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get it back, maybe. And so having an email marketing list, if that were to happen, we'd be like, all right, well, we're okay, because we have all of our base where we need it to be. It's in the palm of our hands instead of in the palm of Mark Zuckerberg's hands. So.
It allows you to essentially, I mean, you control the traffic then. So being on here, like Instagram can control, and not only like say they don't shut your page down, but there's so many things where it's like the algorithm is constantly changing, right? It's always evolving, and you always have to stay kind of one step ahead of the algorithm and where it's at. Then you also have to think of like, okay, hey, what are people wanting? Like, how can I serve them? And then you spend hours and hours and hours, like, well, now maybe like an hour only with AI, but essentially you spend a lot of time like creating these posts and editing these videos. And then especially with Instagram, Facebook, some of the mainstream social media ones, you post it and then it's good for like 24 hours. And then it just like kind of becomes old news, or maybe only, I think I saw stats like 10% of your following actually only sees your post. The posts that go to your feed, like such a low number see it, where email marketing, it is the complete opposite. So you're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, where if you gather someone's email, and we'll get into it a little bit, but you got to give them something good that they're going to want to give you their real email. That's the first thing. But then when you send that email out and you send that blast out to everybody, it is 100% going to land in their inbox. Now, whether you make it enticing enough for them to open it or not, it for sure got delivered. So imagine if you were on social media and you sent out a post and literally every single one of your followers was at least able to view it for a second and decide, should I look at this or should I not? Like, how much more effective would social media be then for you? That's what email marketing can do for you. So essentially, like the biggest things in generating, so let's see our audience. So like if you currently use email marketing in your business right now, drop some ones in the comments. I really want to see if people are using it, if people aren't using it, because at least everything what we gather from a lot of our students and everybody like in the permanent makeup business, a lot of people, one, don't even know what email marketing is, or they don't know how to utilize it. So the biggest thing is, like Lane was saying, was just like capturing those leads. So what can you do essentially to get someone's email? Literally the easiest way possible is everybody has just about a website nowadays. Literally create a page and literally just say, hey, subscribe to our emails. We give out discounts, we give out promotions. You'll be the first to know about any new service launch, anything like that. That is literally the easiest way. We have one on our website, and we probably get 4 or 5, maybe every single day, that literally just people naturally, organically find that page and they submit their email into us. Another way, like I said before, would be to essentially give them something. Give your clients, if you're trying to attract clients, if you're a trainer and you're trying to attract students, whatever it may be, give them something that they are going to want and think, okay, hey, like if they're giving you their email, give them something of value. Give them something of like, oh, I have to read this, or I have to see this. It could be as simple as literally just creating a PDF document that says, you know, the top 3 things to look for when you're looking for a permanent makeup trainer, or the top 5 things to know before you get your powder brow done, or whatever the case may be. Something that's going to intrigue the reader to say, oh, I need to have that, and I want to download that, and I'm going to give my email away.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a small plug to then sort of sell yourself. So one thing that we've done is like three or 5 things to look for when you're choosing a permanent makeup artist. You know, healed results, you know, their healed results on their page. And then you can go on to list those things. And then you can kind of say at the end, hey, these are the things that, you know, we recommend that people look for. These are the things that, you know, we teach our students to do, and we have an academy and blah, blah, blah. And you can kind of small plug to try to sell them. But really, when you're educating your students, when you're educating your clients, they want to know who you are. They want to get services done by you because you're educating them, and you are the best, and you know what's been around for a while, and you also keep up on the newest and latest trends and things. So I think it's really important to educate when you're doing email marketing, as well as really try to connect with your audience and kind of pull them into your family and make them feel like they're a part of what you're doing.
Yeah. So I think there's also a stat out there where it's like, literally for every single email you have, essentially every month, that should be for that one email should equate to $1 in revenue every single month. So say your list has 1,000 emails on it, you should be generating and converting that essentially $1,000 every single month when utilized properly. So the way you can scale it and grow, you get 10,000 emails on your list, you should be converting at about $10,000 in extra revenue per month that are going into your products and services. Which, I mean, who wouldn't want an extra even $1,500 every single month just by having emails, essentially, right?
That's so powerful. It's kind of like when I always say when we have a month where it's like a little bit slower and we send an email blast, it's like instant. Bookings. So it's utilized. I mean, it's so important to have that list, right? Because sometimes people forget, like our clients will be like, oh my gosh, they get the email and they're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to book my touch up. And it's just kind of a reminder for them to book it. And it's so powerful because, like I said, every time we're a little slow and I'm like, maybe we should run an email campaign, and it's like instantly we have clients.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a good point because so many times I think why email marketing gets a bad rep sometimes is, so say you've been in the game, like a year, 2 years in your business, and you've collected maybe a decent amount of emails, and you maybe send like one a month or so. Like I was listening to a podcast, I think by Russell Brunson. He was essentially saying, like, imagine if you basically contacted somebody one time a month and were just like, hey, how's it going? Like, what's up? Like, yeah, they kind of know you, but they don't really know you, right? Or even worse, if you're sending it maybe just like once a quarter, or you only send it when it's like, hey, I'm running this special, like, buy now. Like,
they're not going to buy.
You're only pushing the sale. There's no relation with that. So they're literally, he said it's almost like a one-night stand, right? Like you're constantly sending out those like value hits of like, hey, come buy my product, come buy my product, come buy my product. But you haven't invested, you haven't given them any value to make them think, oh yeah, I want to be like essentially your client or give you some of my money.
Yeah, you definitely have to, like I said, make that connection. And it's really hard to get started. So if you're watching, if you use email marketing, put a number 1 in the comment. If you don't use email marketing, put a number 2. So everyone that's on here, I see several people, but put a 1 in the chat if you use email marketing, put a 2 if you don't. If you don't use email marketing, it's a really good time to get started. The holidays are coming up. You guys can introduce yourselves. It can be a really quick way to slide into someone's DMs. And you're collecting email addresses as it is because you have clients. So all of your clientele, they have given you their email addresses. Use that to upsell it. Use it to downsell them. Try to cross promote your services. If you have somebody else that works alongside you or works with you or works for you, try to get them on someone else's schedule. And you can do that by running promotions and having specials. But email marketing is so important for your business. Jordan said a little bit ago that, for every person that you have on your email list, it is about $1 per person in revenue per month. So it can really add up over time. So
I'm seeing a lot of twos. I'm seeing a lot of twos for people who aren't currently using. And if a lot of you are artists, I'm assuming and guessing you are. If you're artists, every time you book a client, they have to put their email address in there. So if you're not giving them, like, depending on how you book, right? Most of the bookings are done nowadays online. But if you don't have an online booking system, you still have to figure out, I would say, please get one because that'll make your life a lot easier. But you have to be collecting emails from every single client that comes through your doors. That's the easiest way. And phone numbers.
Because the SMS thing is humongous now, and everybody opens their text. Like, that's the next level of email marketing is SMS.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We've noticed an uptick in that within the last probably 6 months or so, and I fought it for all that was in me because it's so hard for me to check text, check DMs, check Facebook, check email marketing. It's everything. It's like, oh my goodness. So for email marketing, we personally use Wix because it's just tied to our website. Leanne, what do you guys use?
We have a kind of a encompassing system that we use. It's called Course Creator 360, and it's just basically It's where we host all of our courses, but it has really good automations and email marketing that we use within it. And so that's what we use.
Automations are everything too, because a lot of these different things, you can actually set it up to automate. So that way you're actually not responding yourself. It's just automating it for you. And I mean, we're coaching a student right now and we're setting her up because I know a lot of artists, they don't understand this process. So we're coaching one of our students where she's literally using like a calendar, and she's just manually writing down all her clients, and she's booked down for months and she's still doing that. So for us, we're like, we need to stop that now.
I did that I did that for the first 4 years of my business.
We all did.
And then Jordan was like, this is done. If you lose this, your life is over. And I'm like, I know, but I don't.
And you can't be collecting email and phone number and automating all of that easily unless you set up and have the systems to do it. So that's like so important, is to set yourself up to automate all of it. And then yes, it's hard at first, and it's going to cost you some money to do it. But once you do it, oh my gosh, it's like a weight off your shoulders. You're not stressing about those things anymore, and you can just be an artist and not have to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't pick up her phone call because she's trying to book, and you literally just lost a client because you didn't have an online booking system, which is, something that you have to take the time out to set it up. It's so important.
And a lot of those times, like, if you're out there and you're looking to get started, or you're like, email marketing, like, I don't even have a clue of where to get started, there's some easy programs. I think when we had first gotten started, like way back when, MailChimp is one. I think it's free up to a certain amount of emails that you can send. So if you're just getting started, it's perfect. You don't have to pay anything. And I think you can send like up to, I think it's like 250 or 500 emails maybe in a month. So that's like an easy entry way to get started. Constant Contact is another one. I used to use that when I was in corporate world. A great program. And I also know some of the platforms even now are offering, like I know Vagaro has email marketing built in, where you can then segment based on like your customers. Some of the other platforms and programs that we already use as artists, essentially for our booking, like then we can actually just like tailor it in on the back end, essentially like tying in the emails and saying like, oh, hey, like this client just visited, 10 days ago, send them this email, and it automates it perfectly right there for you.
Yeah, and what might be kind of easy for people who are just starting out to do is you can try to tie your email marketing in with your social media. So you can kind of make them go together and just coincide so that it doesn't feel like you have to come up with a new topic all the time. Try to, if you're talking about lips on your post tonight, then create the email marketing and then send that out. And that way you can kind of say, hey, go to my Instagram page and, comment and like or whatever, or you can also vice versa, tell them to go to your, to subscribe to your emails too, so they don't miss out on anything. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with email marketing. And, truthfully, people don't want a novel when it comes to email marketing. Everyone is busy. You guys know how busy you are. Things are crazy. If it takes me more than a couple of minutes to read something, I'm out. Like I don't have time for it. And so if you keep it short and sweet, update them, again, personalize it, like really try to connect with your audience, but personalize it, update them on life a little bit. Like if you have people who are connecting with you, they kind of know who you are, they follow you on social media. Like we have a lot of people who are like invested in our kids. Like they want to know like, how is Grayson doing? Because he just got out of the hospital a couple of months ago. And so it's kind of updating them on life really quickly, a couple of sentences or maybe a very short paragraph, and then just saying, anyways, the reason why I'm really emailing you is because of this, and then just type like you're talking, because people want personality. They want to hear your voice. And so the more you can make your voice present and make your voice known in your email marketing, it's going to feel like they're having a conversation with you, which is exactly what you want to happen, because then they connect with you. Then they want to get to know you. Then they want to come in your studio and get permanent makeup done. And then, oh my gosh, I'm interested in the beauty industry. I kind of want to train in microblading. Like, can you tell me about that? And then they become a student, then, it kind of just is a triple effect. And so it's really good to knock that email marketing out in 20 minutes or less. If you are taking more than 20 minutes to write your email marketing, it's probably too long. So
Or you're giving it too much thought.
Or you're giving it too much thought. Just like spit some words out on a page and then make it sound a little bit more sexy and more like it's you, and then just go from there. But don't take too long to write it, because people are going to click in, then they're going to click out. So, and again, depending on who your audience is, I mean, you really do need to have a call to action at the bottom of the page. So whether it's, hey, click on this PDF if you want to learn more about how to style your eyebrows after you've had them done. Maybe you're not quite ready for a color boost yet, but and then show them how to like quickly fill in their brows or quickly style them or something like that. And that can be for both. That could be for your students because you're teaching them how to talk to their clients. Then it can also be for your clients too. So you can kind of make that work both ways, but really just getting down to what that person needs and what the student needs too. Kind of like you're going back to the first day of class. And really just break things down really, really simple. I feel like permanent makeup artists, like we just overcomplicate things just in general. And maybe women just do that. I think we just do that. And so it doesn't have to be difficult. Like we have to remember that everybody who is not in our shoes needs to know something. And we were that point at one time too, and we're still learning all the time, but breaking it down and making it really simple for people is what everybody wants. So
for sure.
Yeah.
And all this stuff is like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of information. I know, some of you who are watching, it might feel like super overwhelming. I say take it one step at a time. When you're learning something new, don't try not to get overwhelmed so quickly. I say just like spend an hour a week if that's what you have, 2 hours a week if that's what you have, and learn that new skill or learn how to do something. Or if you're that busy, just pay someone to help you do it, right?
Yeah.
It's one or the other, but to grow your business, these are things that you really have to do.
Yeah.
You can find a VA or somebody on Fiverr for like $20 to bang a lot of that stuff out for you. It's like super, super simple. It's not even really, there's not really an excuse not to do it with how expensive you can do it. I mean, you spend $25 on Fiverr and they'll bang out like a month worth of emails for you, and that'll make you thousands of dollars, so even if you just don't want to sit down and do it, you can pay somebody to do it for pretty inexpensive. I mean, literally $1.
I love that you said that, because I was listening to I feel like this is like the quote of the day. I was listening to a podcast yesterday. We were sitting in our sauna and we were listening to a podcast because that's the only quiet time that we get with our 3 kids. And the person that we were listening to quoted something from Will Smith. And Will Smith was like, listen, when I set out to be a movie star, I didn't set out to be the most well-known movie star, the most phenomenal movie star. He's like, I just laid brick by brick. I started with one small brick, and I laid it, and then I had another one, and I just started building slowly. And I think that with today's technology and with Amazon, things are like next day or in 2 days, and we get everything so quickly. And especially like as entrepreneurs, which I think we're talking to a lot of entrepreneurs right now, we want everything to be perfect and we want everything to be done like yesterday. So it's really hard for us to start at the bottom and build slowly, but that's how you build. You build from the bottom and you work your way up. And so just starting, with baby steps, if we can encourage you, just start. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be amazing, but just start. Jordan and I are starting a podcast. We're starting a YouTube.
That's the first time that's gone public.
It's gone public, but it's okay. But it's not going to be perfect. But who cares, right? Like, it's fun. Like, we're just going to have fun with it. And because we just want to serve people and we want to love on people and we want to bring people into our community, and we want to help the people who were once in our shoes. And so you guys are the same way, and that's why we love you guys. Yeah. It's just wanting to serve. It's just wanting to help people, and it doesn't take much. You just have to start somewhere.
That is amazing.
And at the same time, don't overload yourself with information. Like, I think that's one of the things we have such easy access to a billion tools, a billion trainings, so much information. There's YouTube, there's paid trainings, there's all sorts of stuff. and we start like going down these rabbit holes of information, and then we learn so much stuff that we become paralyzed with it. And we're constantly, we're the same way. We're constantly like, we're kind of diving in.
More learning.
Yeah, we're kind of like
Yes.
diving into like AI. Just to go back to the AI thing, and we've kind of like dove into it, and we're like, oh my gosh, all these things do this, and then we kind of reeled it back, and we're like, okay, wait, hold on. Like, we're getting way too overloaded with all the crazy tools out there. Like, what can we use right now? And so it's like ChatGPT, let's learn it, let's utilize it. Once it becomes second nature, then we can add something new if we need it. But like, and it's the same thing with trainings. We train tons of people all the time, and they're like, I took a training with you this week, and next week I'm going here, and next week I'm going there. And you're like, dude, you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars to just mix up your information and not really retain anything. Like, apply it, learn it, apply it, perfect it, move on, and then learn something else.
Yeah.
I love that you said that, because that is us to a T. We are like, oh, you guys, oh my gosh.
I think it's all modern entrepreneurs right now. I think that's all people that are like looking to build a business. We all do that because we're always like looking for the next step, the next edge. What's the next thing that we can do, and how are we going to make things better, instead of really just laying it brick by brick, right? Like, make sure that foundation is laid first, and then go into it. And then it's like email marketing. Okay, let's just get a system for sending out emails, and then we're going to start tagging our emails and separating them. And then once that's done, then we can automate our emails. It's just like, you gotta layer it, because if you don't, you could get overwhelmed with all the crap, and then you're just like sitting there paralyzed, like, okay.
No more emails.
Forget emails. This is too hard. I'm gonna do something different. I'm just gonna do a post on Instagram.
It's funny you said that, Chandler, though, because literally, like, as you were starting to like dive into it, I was like, oh yeah, like, so many times we just think like, oh, if I just have like the next, as like permanent makeup artist, relating to that again, right? Like, if I just have the next training, like, this trainer will tell me like exactly how to get perfect lip retention, or like, if I just go to this next training, like, I'll be a six-figure artist, and I'll be like, great then. And we just think that like by just consuming more and more information, like, it's all of a sudden just gonna like hit us, and we're gonna be like, yep, I've got it all, and like, I'm good.
I always kind of relate it. I came from the restaurant industry, and we always relate like a lot of successful businesses to businesses that do one thing really, really well, right? When you think of Apple, what do you think of? iPhone. When you think of like In-N-Out, hamburgers and shakes. Same with McDonald's, hamburgers and shakes. Like, what does Amazon do? They ship. They used to be books, but they're just shipping. That's all they provide, shipping, right? And so all the great businesses, they find one really core element, and that's what they perfect. And they work on it until nobody else can do it better than them. And then maybe they'll add a few other extra things in there, but they always have that one core product that they're known for. And I think, like, in this world of keeping up with the Joneses, we forget about that. And we're like, okay, our permanent makeups, our client sales are down. I'm going to start coaching now, because I'm just like, instead of like really going, okay, wait, like, maybe I have more to do, and I just haven't really figured it out yet.
We're always on to the next.
We're always on to the next project, the next thing, the next way to make our business better, instead of just really perfecting what we already know.
We were we were at Funnel Hacking a couple of years ago, and this one speaker was on stage, and he was like, you have to have a table with 1,000 legs. And it's like, the more entrepreneurs that we listen to say that exact same thing, Chandler, they're like, no, do one thing really, really, really well. Once you've perfected that, then you can, once you have a lot of money, then you can afford to, dive into other things, or have other legs or other income streams, things that help support you in your business. But until you've perfected the one thing, don't do anything else. Focus on that one thing and make it as good as you can.
Absolutely. And that totally applies to permanent makeup too, right? It's like, if you're gonna learn brows, like, learn brows. Do it so well until you're like, okay.
You can do it blindfolded on every single person.
Blindfolded.
And your results are absolutely predictable, right? Like, you should be able to do it literally like with your eyes closed, and then
Yep.
and then learn lips, and then learn eyeliner. Add
Yep.
something to it.
Yeah. I think a lot of times artists, like they start permanent makeup and then they're not making as much money as they want to. So then they add on eyelashes, then they add on this or that, and they add on all these things so that they're kind of a jack of all trades, but they don't specialize in anything. And so we tell our students, get really good at one thing. After you get good at that, then add other services. Don't have a service menu as a solo entrepreneur of 100 different items that you can, service people, because when I go get my hair done, which is like twice a year, but that's beside the point, I want to go to someone who specializes in darker hair. You know, like I don't want to go to someone who specializes in blondes because I'm not blonde. If I'm going to go get my lips done, I'm going to go to someone who specializes in that, not someone who just dabbles in it and does, one client a month. So you really want to.
You're not going to go to your family doctor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to be you want to go to someone who specializes in it. And so we totally agree with you. You really want to perfect one thing before you move on to 100 other things.
Such good advice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I hope all of you who are watching, I hope you guys are getting some value, from what we're sharing today. Please let us know if you have any last minute questions. I think we've got like 9 minutes left before I go live with Danny Shan on Danny's channel. But yeah, let us know if you guys have any questions. If you've enjoyed, this live, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Give us some thumbs up so
we can do it again.
Oh, right here. Right here.
The three of them can do it again.
So take your time. We could do this in person though next time. We would love to get out of the Indiana snow and come see some palm trees and the beach. So
Please.
Oh my gosh, you guys should definitely come to Huntington Beach. You
look,
have a blast.
It's November and I'm still beet red from the sun.
That'd be awesome.
He's always just red.
I'm always in the sun. Beet red.
We're the color of the sheet of paper.
Oh no.
So it's fine.
That's because we're in Huntington. They're in Michigan. You guys don't get much sun.
No, we don't.
No. It's like from this time right now until like March, it's like a constant like cloudy permacloud over it's awful. Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's beautiful there though.
No, it's not. No, so
I've never been, so I don't know.
We're looking to move. We don't always want to live in Indiana, but yeah. You're so welcome for all the free information. Hey guys, please send us, either one of us, Fuzion Artistry or Miss Shanna Microblading, send us a DM if you guys have any questions. We geek out about this stuff just like they geek out about stuff. So if you have questions, please let us know. We would love to help you. This is something that these two tools are so important, and we learned a lot from you guys tonight too, because AI is fairly new to us. So we're wanting to really dive into this, and I think it will really be useful for your business too. So please let us know if you guys have any questions.
Chandler, Leanne, thank you. Thank you guys so much. So valuable.
So good to meet you,
Chandler. We can't wait to see you guys in California.
Yes.
There we go.
Sounds good.
We'll see you
guys later.
Bye.
See ya.
Night, everyone.
Good night.